Huge thanks to all of our service members, police department, fire department, city of Greenville, government agencies that helped us through the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. Both to our administration on campus and our athletic department for putting our student bodies' safety at the forefront. And that was very impressive by everybody that was included in the surrounding areas of what we were faced with and how we came out of it. The positive of a tragedy like we went through was that we had a chance to be around our team a whole lot over the last 5 to 6 days. Was able to grow our team much closer. Hopefully worked out some of all of the kinks that we've tried to start turning since the start of our 4-game losing streak. But what we've been faced with is addressing the win column versus the lose column. That's what we have as a team addressed over the last 5 to 6 days. And we had a good time of being able to grow our team from a life lesson standpoint. Also got to meet about academics, but had an inordinate amount of time of football meetings. We were able to be on the grass twice a day, whether it was a walkthrough and a practice for the times that we were out there, and then a lot of meeting time. Moving right into Cincinnati, Coach Tuberville has a really good football team. They've had some games very, very similar to ours, where turnovers within about a minute and 15, 2-minute time frame changed the outcome of some of their games. But I think they have a really good football team. Offensively, I think that they have the chance to be a really, really good offense, whether it be with Moore or Trail at the quarterback position. They give them a chance to throw the football, be very effective throwing the football, and a run game to go with it with Mr. Green. He is a fantastic running back. We've seen him a lot over the last 3 to 4 weeks because of the teams that they've played and like opponents, and I've challenged some of our backs to carry the football with the same kind of protection of the football that he carries it with. Very impressed with him at 6 foot, 230 pounds. Hard tackle for him. Defensively, they present another challenge for you, especially in their front. Cortez Broughton and Alex Pace, 2 300-pounders right there at the tackle position, can make it tough for you. Also, their linebacker, Eric Wilson at the Mike position and Antonio Kennard at the will linebacker position give them a really, really good front, 6 or 7, depending on what personnel and package they're in. At the free safety position, Zach Edwards also gives them not only the ability to play the deep third, but also comes down and makes tackles at a high level. Defensively, what you see is that a team with double digits in interceptions and double digits in sacks, which give them a chance in any season to play well. The issue that they've had, same issues that we've had, they've also had some turnovers that hurt them in crucial times of the game. Another thing that I think that they've done a good job is just not just their interceptions, but also aggressively trying to take the ball away by swiping and punching from the either from the back or the back of the offensive player, or just all over the field, holding guys up, getting the ball out. They've done a good job defensively trying to get the ball away. And then offensively, what they've done a good job of is trying to be as balanced as they can from a play call standpoint.
How much is getting Dimitri McGill back into the mix help, and where does he stand in terms of his health and his ability right now?
And he is, last week I would have said he would have had a great chance to play at about 85%, 90%. This week he gives us an even better percentage. I don't know exactly where he'll be, but it'll be a little bit better than he would have been for a Thursday night game. It's really critical for our team. A lot of the tackles that we may have missed or didn't quite get to against South Florida, if Dimitri is there in some of those situations, it gives our linebackers the ability to see it earlier. What Dimitri does is he keeps the linebackers clean. And a lot of times missed tackles happen when backs jump out from behind offensive and defensive linemen at the last second, and they make a quick move. So getting him back and getting Corey back and being able to get all of our guys, Colby back on the field, is going to be very helpful for our defense. But our whole team is probably now as healthy as we've been since we went into training camp. We knew that some of the things that we went through in the offseason from a discipline standpoint that were going to make our program better would potentially hurt us in the winning game categories if we lost anyone from a depth standpoint. But one thing that we're not going to do here is we're not going to put our program in any way or shape or form, put it in harm for trying to win a game or to get a guy a few more reps. We're going to do things the right way and build it the right way. And now that we have everybody back healthy, we will benefit quite a bit from some of the things that we've done to make our program better.
You guys feel pretty good about Philip. I know it was kind of there at the last week.
Philip had a great practice on Sunday night. Was really fired up about him and the way that he practiced. And then I came up and looked out the window, and I was upset at Philip because Philip was out there running routes like he was a receiver, and Gardner was throwing it to him, and we had 8 other receivers out there late. So they're having fun, again, playing football. I think that, we hit a certain level of fatigue, but seeing Philip out there last night let us know that we think that we can count on him. He has a doctor's appointment today. We'll find out more about that doctor's appointment, but he's been great. He had a great day of work last night.
How much can football play a role in, I guess, serving as a distraction for some people who may have been displaced, or what can football play a role in this situation that Greenville's in?
Well, Greenville loves the Pirates, and our football team loves Greenville. Right now, I think a good portion of our team, our younger part of our team, is right now helping people move back into their homes because they've been displaced, and that's just a way to say thank you for all the support that we've had, even in the midst of us losing. It's been great. So as a distraction, I'll tell you, for our football team, we had 26 players displaced as well. And the only reason that they were able to come through as clean as they were is because of what we're doing over here in football and what football means to them. So as much as it means to our football players, it means the same thing to our community. It's very important for us to get back and correct the win column versus worrying about what we've done in the past in the loss column. And I think it'll be a big-time boost to our community. They need us as much as we need them, and we're really, really happy to have a chance to help our community.
Coach, without violating a HIPAA law or anything, what was Philip's deal with some of his injuries? What all was he dealing with?
Well, that's something that I don't want to directly get into because some of the information I would be giving you would be coach's talk and not the correct medical terms for it. But he's been through a couple of things, and I feel more comfortable if I had Jake with me talking in detail about everything that he's been through.
Coach, I saw James Summers moved up number 1 on the depth chart for running back now. I assume that's the position you want to utilize him the most in?
Well, we want to utilize him as much as we can. What we've realized is that a lot of the things that we're going to do moving forward, getting the ball at the line of scrimmage, getting the ball downhill, we think that he can help us, immediate with some of those issues and then take some stress off of our offensive line. We also think, that Anthony Scott can help us as well. We're going to try to create more of a 1-2 punch with him. I like the way James, knock on wood, until this point in time, has taken care of the football, which protecting the football is more important than any amount of yards or anything else. So we think he gives us the ability to take care of the football at a high level, but also we want him in the game as much as we can. We realize also that his conditioning level has to improve if he's going to be playing as much as he's playing now, but just trying to figure out a way to get him the ball as much as he can.
Coach, when you guys have a bye week kind of sneak up on you like it did this week, was there anything you weren't planning for that you weren't able to accomplish this past week?
Well, no. See, with our open date, I thought it fell right where it needed to fall. Halfway through the year, we were, at a point in time, a lot of people didn't know. A lot of our guys were bumped and bruises and and just went through a physical gauntlet of games, and so it came at a good time. But as far as the open date is concerned, my schedule for the open date will, as long as we get to it by Monday or Tuesday, is fine because it's something that we planned, years and years ago, and everything that we do is kind of planned out from, the way that we practice with some live scrimmaging for the young guys to a team meeting with just me and the players to, we had a freshman party at my house. So all these things are kind of planned as long as we get to them in a certain amount of time. The kids that weren't able to go home and see their families, we want to have things done for them. So all that's in place. The only thing that kind of shakes you a little bit is recruiting. And thank goodness we were able to get our coaches on the road and then get them into planes and get them to where they were needed to be and get back. So from an open date standpoint, we did as much as we could do, and it just worked out really well. We had the support of our administration letting us get to some of these, letting us do different things, whether it been taking our team to movies or just, it just was a good time. It worked out well at this time, and especially it was an open date where we didn't have school. So when you have all that kind of working together, it just worked out to where it was a good time for an open date for our team mentally and physically.
Coach, I can't remember a time where you've had 8 guys that could be starters in the defensive secondary at East Carolina. Talk about that, what that does for you depth-wise and otherwise.
It helps us quite a bit, and I don't know if we've had those guys healthy like they are right now. The one thing that it allows us to do is to have multiple packages without multiple people having to learn multiple packages. Now we can send fresh guys in, they can do their package, come off the field, go in and have their responsibilities down to a T. Everybody understands the personnel substitutions, and you don't have to plug a guy here like what happened to us at South Florida, with not having Corey and then losing Kobe, and then asking basically safety bodies to play corner positions and safety bodies to play nickel positions. We don't have to do that, and we're really happy about that.
Coach, how frustrating have the lack of sacks? And I know sacks aren't everything, but just not making those maybe second and long type of scenarios on teams.
It's been tough not to get some of those sacks, but what we've realized is that sacks go hand in hand with coverage. We've got to do a better job covering, but we also know that the X plays go hand in hand with the sacks. The one thing that we've noticed also, and I've done a tremendous amount of research over the last 4 or 5 days, is that we've played running quarterbacks. As we settle into guys that will stay in the pocket, our sacks will increase. The games that we will have guys settle in the pocket more, our sacks will increase. I'm looking for a large increase in sacks, not only from our defensive front but also our backers. If you look at what Cincinnati has been able to do, they've been able to create some sacks not only in their front but also their backers. So we're going to have to do more and stress our coverage a little bit, but we got everybody back in our coverage. So it's time to start stressing the coverage and start bringing a little bit more pressure and then just adding different looks and putting different people. We're getting Randall Anderson. We've had him back now. Now he's healthy and back, being able to rush the passer and just some more speed and putting our guys that, Dimitri can come back into the center. And now we can put those guys back out on the edge a little bit more and just create a better package of rush.
Was there any extra time spent on special teams last week during the open day?
Oh, absolutely. We had a chance to spend not only from, a meeting standpoint, but on the field. We had a lot more time in special teams. We thought our special teams got a lot better against South Florida. We had to build on it. And the biggest deal now is the people that are coming back into the fold with health. They've had a week and a half basically of practice time in special teams. So that's special teams meeting time and what we've done on the field. We called it mini camp. A lot of people have heard that, but what we did last week is we had 3 days of mini camp. It kind of had an NFL type of a feel to it where we were able to attack every phase of the ball. And the people that we had out there got a lot of reps, not just 2 or 3 reps or 4 reps like you would have in a normal week, but we were able to walk it through as well before we hit it. So a lot of time spent on special teams, whether it be in walkthrough, specialty warm-up, practice. Just had a lot more time with the guys in the week like we had last week.
What do you know about the environment there at Cincinnati? I know it's going to be homecoming for those guys too.
Very good environment, can be extremely loud, great atmosphere in a city setting, which is different for us and a lot of places that we go and that we play. We look forward to it. We know it's a night game. The atmosphere comes with night game. We think our guys need a game too where the energy level is extreme and is high. And, that's the type of atmosphere we need to do to get this thing turned around and going in the direction that we want it to go.
What do you mean by that having to go in an environment like you've seen several of them, like South Carolina, Virginia Tech, right?
Absolutely. The difference is that this is a conference game. And it's, a night game. And night games, if anybody has played in night games, they just come with a different feel. you have to, you think about them all day, you're preparing all day, you're working forward to it, your mind is locked in on what you have to do, and then you have to go out and you have to perform. And then when you go out and perform, the energy that you receive in a night game, especially if you're a visitor, is unreal. I played in some night games where we played very well, and if you get going early in the game, which we need to do, which we think that we have a really good chance to do it against Cincinnati, it'll be a good night for the Pirates if we can continue to grow like we've grown since the week before South Florida, entering to South Florida's game.